Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of 367 Conversations Later. This is essentially a platform which we've created where the team at 367, right now I'm with my two co-founders, Vishay and Sumeet. But this is a platform which is available for the entire team where we will talk about things which we do every day and which we hope will benefit more people. So today is one such conversation. Since I am part of the brand outreach, I think over the last 5 years, conservatively, I must have spoken to about 500, 600 founders. Okay. And especially first time D2C brand founders who are just about setting up. One of the questions that keeps coming to me all the time is what all platforms should we start selling on? Okay. Now, with quick commerce, today quick commerce has become like this big buzzword and there is massive FOMO around it, right? Yeah. Even pre-launch, conversations with founders have now turned to we want to start with quick commerce, right? And then you have to kind of give them a reality check, right? So first Vishay and then I'll come to you. And why this is an interesting conversation is because you set up an e-pharmacy business, which was also aggregating demand in some sense. You come with 5 years of experience at Amazon, so there's a lot to learn from here. So I think this will become like an interesting conversation. तो क्या करना चाहिए founders को? Early stage, launch कर रहे हैं. What is the channel strategy?
Okay, there are always two choices a founder has, right? And what is the aim is to look at the product market fit.
Yeah.
Okay. And just fulfill a nascent demand which is existing, right? There are chances, there is a demand and there is a gap, right? People are searching for XYZ is not available or not good quality or anything.
Yeah.
Then a quick commerce or a marketplace becomes very easy channel to capture that demand because I am looking for that product. I came searching for that because these Amazon historically gives you search volumes for products.
Yeah.
You can just figure out what people are searching for and just fulfill the demand. Like that's the fastest way to distribute and get some traction.
So just to kind of put this in context for people, early days of marketplaces in India, people who knew that a particular brand was available outside or a particular category was available outside would come and search for this here.
Correct.
Would not find anything. And if you are in that category play, where let's say you've launched a motorcycle helmet which has some screen attached to it or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Which potentially is a popular product outside but doesn't exist in India. And if you are in the same category and if you've launched a product similar to
Easy pickings.
easy pickings, you can fulfill demand, right? So that's one model.
Yeah, simple. Like you used to run sweatshop, you used to get some products people are searching for and are not available on Amazon, right? Like say foam rollers, for example, during the early days. So the idea was fulfill the demand. Then the D2C word also did not exist while Shopify and other platforms existed. But in India, it was marketplace.
We used to get scared when ROAS used to drop less than 10. ठीक है, वो लगता था यार कुछ खराब चल रहा है, 10 से नीचे कैसे आ गया?
That too for products like 300 to 500 price and not
Coming from the traditional FMCG background, 10 ROAS, which is 10% ACOS, that seems to be on the higher side, right? And I think that mindset needs to evolve. A 10 ROAS, you can't expect in the very first year. Maybe not even this couple of years.
So just circling back, first thing you said was, if you are in the category which is fulfilling demand, a very good strategy is go for marketplaces, build out a certain volume, people will get to know you, and then you can possibly scale to other channels and platforms.
Simply, the distribution is not there. People are asking for it.
Got it.
Go for it.
As simple.
Got it.
Right. But now, if you are in a competitive category, people know about the category or the need and all that, then there's no better play than generating demand through D2C, right? Distribution can be anything. It can be your website, it can be marketplace or whatever. But where is the demand generation happening? That is primarily through what you advertise on Facebook, Google, YouTube. And the only way to track that demand is getting fulfilled or not through your marketing efforts is D2C website. Because if you divert traffic to other places, it's not exactly right to track those products. By Off late, you will say Blinkit and all that have come with collab ads.
Yeah.
But those are still catalogs. They're not doing storytelling or anything, right? So if you're doing storytelling and measuring something, that demand generation has to happen through
He
D2C.
gets technical very quickly, right? Catalog ads and all that. Hold on. One step back, one step. So, Abhi, what we are saying is, if you are in a competitive category and you want to establish product and credentials, your own brand website is the best place to do it because of multiple levels of storytelling opportunities that you have.
Yep.
Okay? Like you can run ads, create ads according to your brand, advertise on Meta, advertise on YouTube, Google, multiple platforms.
Yeah.
Capture that demand, take consumer feedback.
Yes.
That is the real power of selling on your .com, your website.
That's one.
That's one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two, since our early FMCG days, right, there was always a lot of focus on consumer research.
Yep.
Right? Consumer research means you used to randomly go to, say, household panel, ask them what are the consumers of my product, then do their interviews and long process, right?
Yeah.
And finding those 100 consumer was a enough sample size in a universe of crores of people.
Correct.
Right? And then other researches of product feedback or anything can happen, and you build your hypothesis for crores of spend basis that. Now imagine you have your own store.
Just pick up the phone and call people.
You have the direct database. You know what they bought, how many times they have bought, what kind of things they are buying, what value, what frequency, everything.
Yeah.
Speak to them.
Yeah.
It becomes easy. That's your first party consumer data.
Now,
great source of feedback.
With the category Vishay has mentioned, let's say comparative category. Let's take BPC. Okay. Fairly comparative category in BPC. So obvious thought is launch D2C. What is the initial role of, let's say, marketplaces in a situation like this? And now there are vertical marketplaces as well, right? Vertical marketplaces are mostly blocked or closed, where it's not free listing like Amazon. But if I had to, let's say, put an effort, number one, should I pick vertical or horizontal? Horizontal is easier because you can self-list. But let's say if I put an effort, sit in front of the category manager 15 days in a month and say, no, I want to get listed. Should I even make that effort? And if I get listed on either one of them, what are my real chances of success in, let's say, the first 6 to 12 months? What is going to happen? And what can I expect as a founder?
I think you have to look at the reality of the business. The initial few quarters would not have the resources that you're asking for. So,
And just explain what do you mean by resources? What resources do you need?
So there are a couple of resources that I'd pointed to you out. One is the financial resources. Every channel asks for a certain listing fee, or if not that, you have a certain cost that you'd be putting into advertising. And that cost is going to significantly increase if the category is very, very competitive.
The advertising cost. Listing to horizontals mein to free hai na?
Places like the verticals.
Verticals will have, some will have listing fees. Sorry.
The quick commerce would have listing fee. They've got certain 25,000 rupees a listing or something like that will be there. Now that is one. The other piece is the operational complexity. The moment you look at places like quick commerce, the granular level you go,
Multi-dark store fulfillment.
you can go at a city level, you can go at a pin code level. We have seen that people who have just about managed Amazon warehousing, Amazon distribution, they struggle with getting their products available in quick commerce. So unless you've fixed your operational last mile, unless you've got an operational team to take care of it, these channels would be very difficult to handle initially.
So let's say my operations are taken care of, right? Let's say I can handle the warehousing, and let's, for example, take I only launch on Amazon. Okay, forget quick commerce for a minute, because then I'm dealing with 300 dark stores in a city, which I don't want to. So let's say I only launch on Amazon and I'm able to place it in 4 or 5 large hubs, right? Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Calcutta. I'm able to have national distribution there, let's assume. What can I expect? As in, will D2C remain my primary source of business, revenue, consumer acquisition? Will marketplaces kind of just fulfill repeat demand? Can I get significant new consumer acquisition if my product proposition is different? Is there, where should I kind of, if I'm looking 1 year later, what is a good story versus what is an average story versus what is a big story? That's the answer I need.
So you have to look at Amazon through the lens of existing customer demand. If the demand exists, it is much easier to tap into that demand than creating demand on Amazon. Obviously, in the last few years, with focus on sponsored brands, which is one type of advertising, you are able to tap into the higher, the upper funnel as well. But predominantly, if you do not have demand on Amazon that exists, then it would be D2C channel that would be plowing in the customers. right? Amazon can act as a repeat business for you. That being said, now just to very recently we worked with a BPC brand. We prepared a pitch for them, and this particular use case that you mentioned, wherein the category is there fairly large. We're talking about skincare here, and in that category, if you plan to launch, the first question is, can I even survive in this category, which is dominated by behemoths? And the answer is obviously is in your positioning, right? If you have the right kind of positioning, you would be able to tap into certain white spaces. And this brand that we are talking to, they seem to have cracked that formula. They've got a very nice niche that they can sit into, and through that niche, it's still fairly large. You can still build certain orders. So Amazon, if I have to just sum it up, if their demand is low, I think it will be a very slow progress for you. D2C has to lead, and some of the demand will spill over from D2C to Amazon. So one of the customer behavior that if people don't know, on D2C or on Meta or Facebook or Instagram, you'll see the ad, you click it, go to the D2C website, and then go and check on Amazon.
Yeah, fair.
And that is where a lot of our initial set of orders come into.
Yeah, but so another thing to note, for both of you, right? Frequency of purchase of the category is super important here. If I'm selling a high ticket size product, which obviously doesn't require me to buy it very often, TVs, laptops, kitchen appliances, even like fans, right? Whatever, all these kind of categories where FOP is very low, then I can be platform agnostic, right? But at least I should launch omni-channel, generate demand from wherever, maybe not invest behind all channels immediately if I don't have resources, but availability should be across.
I think I'll just add a nuance to it. The cost of availability is something that you have to keep in mind. It is obvious that wherever the customer is, that's what we know, right? Through our FMCG days, wherever the customer is, you should be present.
Yeah.
And in FMCG, because the distribution has penetrated the smallest of towns, we don't think what is the cost of that incremental distribution.
No, so sorry to cut you, but cost of availability is inventory held in their warehouses, right?
Correct.
If let's say I don't advertise, I don't do anything, not a rupee spent, it's the inventory cost, है ना? मतलब वो that I can keep low. कि 5 यूनिट बेच दिए, उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं है, right? There is no other associated.
There's a referral fee. There are.
वो तो सेल पे कटेगा ना बेशक.
Yeah.
But he's saying cost of.
So the cost, the newer age businesses like quick commerce, they've got this nice concept where they penalize you on the number of days that you stay in the business, right? So if you don't have off takes, after a certain number of days, the charge per unit for the first 30 days is different. It increases every single month. So if it is 1 rupee a unit, 5 rupees a unit, it goes to 6 rupees or 7 rupees, and it sequentially goes up. So the cost increases. So unless you have a very strong demand, I would advise against listing on Blinkit, Zepto. That's one. And I'll just add to it. The demand generation on Blinkit also is entirely advertising led right now. It's entirely advertising led.
Yeah.
For the T2C brand. So you burn big amount of money on advertising. So again, linking back to the resources problem, while availability should be there everywhere, I still feel that there would be a couple of channels that you would want to start off with, and then see, depending on the size of business you are in, then kind of explore the other ones.
I'll have a slight counter on this.
Your view on this?
On a chat platform is large because it's already created demand and customers, right? Now it's the brand's job to be there, right? I'll give you example. Go Zero Ice Creams. He understood there's a demand probably for this. Ice cream is a category which is impulse.
Plus sugar free.
He added to that sugar free, probably quality and others were already there, right? The entire brand was built on that. Started with quick commerce, nothing else.
नहीं, but विषय करता क्या और cold chain कहाँ से लाता? Quick commerce नहीं करता.
Irrespective, मान लो अपने भी खड़ी कर लेता. I'm trying to say, starting with quick commerce, why not? If
but you can नहीं है ना. Like if I launch, let's say, a skincare brand, I won't get listed only till I have a certain revenue.
That is happening now. Okay, there's a. I don't remember the name of the brand. It is a replica of Crocs.
Okay.
At 800, 900 rupees. Customer needs a chappal right now.
Fair enough.
Searches Crocs is not available on Blinkit.
But the replica is selling.
Replica has become a big brand. So you are filling that instant need. So the speed to the channel can make a difference if it is again underserved.
So you're talking about like category gaps But जैसे suppose I launch a skincare line, right, which moisturizer and shampoo moisturizer, the standard.
हाँ वो ठीक है,
BPC
उसकी
line.
डिमांड जनरेट करो, फिर वो
फिर आएगा ना, हाँ नहीं तो possible.
या आप वो 3 में से एक मॉइस्चराइजर.
अच्छा
These are tactical opportunities.
Yes.
नहीं ये पता क्या बोल रहा है? He's not saying tactical. He's say,
यार, if there are only 3
हाँ.
moisturizer, it's an opportunity. If you are the first,
Crocs आ जाए यहाँ पे. This brands.
नहीं तो भी.
Depend on Crocs not.
but it's already built right.
Right. और Crocs आ भी जाएगा तो होगा क्या कि 800-900 वाला भी बिकेगा और जो actual Crocs है वो भी बिकेगा.
Correct. So it all depends on how long Crocs was sleeping. If let's say Crocs finds that its keywords.
Fair
are
enough.
leveled by
Croc
someone
was
who launched
sleeping
in
or
6 months time.
I agree. But speed to market, you got distribution. If your product is good,
Correct.
you'll get repeats. Not everyone is looking for 2,000 rupees Crocs.
Yeah.
One of the things that we've learned on Blinkit and Zepto is that there's a huge amount of switching between brands.
Yes.
Huge amount of. Today you are on Crocs, tomorrow you are on this
Yeah,
brand
yeah.
that you're talking about. Someone else might come. It's just about advertising. That's the point I was trying to say. It's just not enough to just list on Blinkit. Ad chalani padegi aapko.
Fair enough.
If you're lucky enough, your cost of acquisition through that would be way less. But there are other costs that are attached to it. Effectively, what we have seen is brands, despite having significantly higher ROAS, upwards of 6, 7, they're not making money. And a lot of brands are exiting from the platform, which you would not see in the case of Amazon.
That's a margin listing fee and other fees,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I agree.
Which I think over time will also get rationalized, right? If the platforms understand that there are certain categories of brands which are going off with the current, like Amazon has also revised fees over the years, right? Depending on क्या, तो वो हो जाएगा. यार, but okay, so suppose coming back to the core question, right? मैं early stage founder हूँ, ठीक है? Largely my goal for most founders is to prove enough PMF.
Yeah.
For me to be able to raise, let's say, a serious institutional round. My first serious institutional round. ठीक है?
Sure.
मैंने कुछ पैसे जुगाड़ कर लिए हैं. I have my own money, some friends and family, some round has got created. I have a limited pool. Now, in my head, PMF is not a singular answer. It's a gated process at 3 stages. Yeah. Stage 1 of the PMF is whether you have designed a product on the formulation table,
Yeah.
which is differentiated. Okay? That is check 1.
Yeah.
Right? That is the first. The second is your ability to communicate that differentiation.
Yeah.
I think a lot of brands fall at stage 2, where despite having differentiated product, they don't have the ability to communicate well.
Sure.
Right? That is stage 2. Stage 3 is overall execution. The rigor through which you scale a brand. And rigor in operations, rigor in marketing, rigor in consumer insight, feedback, that entire consumer loop. Okay?
Yep.
So this to me is the 3-stage PMF process.
Sure.
At the end of it, the outcomes which I'm able to tell to, let's say, an institutional investor is my revenue trajectory,
Yes.
my number of consumers acquired, let's say my average order value, my CAC, saying that I spend 100 rupees and generate 500 rupees of business, and out of every 100 people I acquire, 25 will come back and repeat.
Sure.
Right? So that gives a very good picture saying कि ये investable business है. अब इस पूरे situation को prove करने के लिए what is the role of other channels? Is it revenue bump up करने के लिए है? Because ये सारे आंसर तो मुझे D2C दे सकता है और D2C से बेटर कुछ नहीं दे सकता.
Okay.
राइट? तो बाकी करने ही क्यों है शुरू में? रोल क्या है?
ओके, तो पहले कंज्यूमर बिहेवियर समझते हैं. ठीक है. मेरी वाइफ को शॉपिंग करनी है तो अमेजोन या नाइका के अलावा हाथ नहीं लगाएगी.
Radhika will not buy D2C.
Until it's like she really likes something and it's not available anywhere, right? Why? If I have to buy something on D2C, one, probably the lead times are longer. 2, going through the payment checkout process is longer. 3, if I have to return, exchange something, it's a pain. I have to write emails, call them up, follow them up, then probably at certain cases send a courier back.
So the end-to-end service experience, Amazon is unmatched.
And tomorrow Blinkit will also match it, right?
Yeah,
They are not into returns and all that, but someone will take care. So
Yep.
my convenience to just order and manage the hassle logistically without doing anything other than clicking a button on my phone, nothing beats Amazon.
Disclaimer, Radhika only buys from D2C for those brands which work with 367. वो तो खरीद लेगी.
There also she checks if it's available on Amazon, I'll buy there.
Okay, so convenience है.
The customer seamless experience is at least not cracked till now.
Yeah.
Right? There are people who explore and again, there's a huge market of D2C, but it's not that easy.
यार ऐप पे बेटर होता है. Like for example, I buy a lot of my clothes from H&M, and because that's the only brand I buy most of my clothes from, I have the app.
Yeah.
The website experience is a problem. H&M app also is very seamless. हाँ, मतलब one click return.
Fair enough, but each D2C brand cannot have an app tomorrow, right?
It's a Shopify problem, I think.
Yeah.
The
Shopify aggregates an app and says ki all D2C brands are here.
It's a Shopify issue. Shopify experience is broken like that.
Correct. So that thing is there, right?
Yeah.
So that's what, right? Now, if I am running ads and I have a D2C store, at the end of the day, any platform you list, right? Say you are on one platform, you are on 4 platforms. The question is you are testing product market fit.
Yeah.
And there are enough customers in each of these platforms.
Yeah.
Irrespective of what, right? So for me as a starting point, Amazon is most seamless because the cost to do business on Amazon is relatively lower. It's easier to start.
Explain that. What do you mean by cost to do business?
I just have to register a GST, send my inventory, and there's a referral fee, which is a variable cost on everything.
और
I
अच्छा
sell.
लिस्टिंग बनाना है.
हाँ,
वेबसाइट नहीं क्रिएट करना, ये सब नहीं करना. लॉजिस्टिक्स भी हासिल नहीं है.
माल पिकअप होगा, सेल्फ शिप होगा, इन्वेंट्री वही रहेगी, सब कुछ मैनेज होगा. So ठीक है. Now my job is to generate demand.
Yeah.
One is within platform where I am catering to searches, but I can probably not create enough right to win or differentiation other than my listing and reviews, which will take time.
Yeah.
D2C, when we say, forget about I'm selling on my website or not.
Yeah.
Can I create awareness, which will lead to demand? Say I'm working with 10 influencers and showcasing my products. Now these followers or whoever has seen it wants to buy that.
They'll buy anywhere where it is available.
And they prefer to buy it on Amazon. Or
Actually
whatever.
prefer on quick commerce.
Yeah, actually.
Followed by Amazon, followed in today's world.
So if I am doing something right in my demand generation, like a classic FMCG.
This was on airplane mode.
Wait. It's recorded.
Inconvenience is regretted.
See, we are doing this ourselves. We don't have any production setup and all that. So these kind of things happen. Phone rang. Okay.
Where were we?
We were talking about, so we have to
Demand
generate
generation.
awareness, and if demand generation happens, if fulfillment will happen based on what consumer prefers. But okay, agreed. Okay, let's go back to classical model. पहले भी क्या होता था? TV पे you would run ads and you would do distribution, people would buy. Yes. Right? You didn't choose which shop they bought from.
Yes.
Okay. Now, my job is to generate the right metrics to raise my next round.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Will the data be enough for me to prove full funnel metrics? Okay, so what I can prove is the following. Okay? I can prove revenue, I can prove orders,
Yes.
orders generated, I can actually prove number of units per order. I can do somebody's buying 2-3 from my brand, etc. I can take platform spends, I can take off platform spends, aggregate and do MER, right? Or like a cost per order I can calculate.
Yes.
How do I break down my possible retention if I'm a 100% marketplace quick commerce?
So Amazon does
Platforms are
provide,
giving that-
Amazon does provide repeat numbers too. Not the best kind of numbers, but you do have visibility into what?
And I can base it on category averages beyond that, right? If
Absolutely.
there is some indication people are buying from me, and if let's say people buy 4 bottles of shampoo a year,
Yeah.
mine also they'll buy 3-4, as in if at least some are buying.
Yeah. So that's
So that's a good enough number.
I mean, if the choice is between, I think we've made the question either or. Should you have a D2C website or have Amazon? I think the answer is to have both, obviously. It's just that where would you put your monies in? Would it be in 70-80% Amazon and 30% D2C? Or will it be 50-50 or it would be the other way around? I think you need to start off with a very narrow focus. You can't spread yourself too thin across all the channels. That's one. Two, D2C is required. As I understand, you get all the metric visibility. That's one. But the most important thing is you have got a control over the customer experience. On Amazon, you don't have that. Okay, you don't control the data, so you don't know who you are actually reaching out to, right? With D2C, in the long term, and I don't know what the long term means here, but with D2C, you would be able to reach out to the customer when you want to. With Amazon, it is not possible. So you can't say that I should go only on Amazon. I don't think so you'll be having 100% confidence on your business model if you restrict yourself to Amazon only. You have heard of so many cases where in one fine day, the seller finds that they are no longer listed on Amazon. Your business collapses one day.
Okay, so what the three of us have done.
Sumit is supporting full D2C.
No, what the three of us has done in totality is confuse the shit out of a founder. Okay? My intent for this video was that I'll get Zoya to send this video saying कि पहले ये देख लो फिर हमसे आके बात करो अगर आप नए ब्रांड लॉन्च कर रहे हो ठीक है now can we have one collective view on what an early stage founder should do or is the answer it depends on the category you are in and what you're trying both answers are fine which means I still have to talk to them one.
I think it's a nuanced answer. You can't expect an answer which
but
one size fits all.
नहीं मेरे को broad 5 point का guardrails अपना guardrails दे तू अपना 5 point का guardrails दे
We need to number one.
हाँ
Let's define two categories. It's there's a demand, it's an unfulfilled category.
Fulfil category
Simply go to Amazon, do nothing.
Okay, so if you are in a category where you have some indication there is platform demand and you are fulfilling that, forget about D2C, start there. Okay,
Simple. Like you got a foreign brand, there is
Understood.
research, go to Amazon. Start. Simple.
Understood.
If you are in a competitive category and you want to tell about your product and differentiation, the only way right now in India is Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
Which is you show content.
Yeah.
Instagram and Meta combined drives consumption, measure sales which happen on your website.
Yeah.
So you should have a store and you should do advertising to drive this.
Yeah.
Right?
Got it.
In parallel, you should open one channel, which is Amazon.
So in a category, just to summarize this, in a category which is competitive, start D2C, 70-80% spends effort on D2C, 20% spends on other channel.
You can start everything on Amazon, D2C.
Okay.
You have your distribution available on Amazon.
Don't spend anything.
People search.
Yeah. List, be Amazon fulfilled, have some reviews and stay.
Once your reviews and
Got
build
it.
up, then conversions will happen. Till
Got
that time, advertising on the platform
Makes no
may
sense.
limited. You can
Okay.
avoid it.
Good.
You run your ads on D2C. People may go to Amazon, search for your brand.
Yeah.
You will have a search volume analysis. How many brand searches are happening?
Branded search कितना है?
Over a time, you will build some traction there. Reviews and all come.
Yeah.
Then you can start advertising on
Category
and
keywords.
other keywords.
Understood. Competition category.
Interestingly, if on Google someone searches for your brand or category, mostly brand, Amazon will anyway advertise for free because they have a job to get traffic to their
Yes.
platform. So you don't need to do Google
Yeah. Agreed.
and just get people there, let them buy.
Perfect.
That's simply the way I would start.
Anything you want to either you disagree or you want to add to anything?
I'll just add to it. I think Amazon is a no-brainer.
Okay.
Irrespective of the category you are present in, Amazon is a no-brainer. It's just about how much would you need to invest. As you mentioned, if D2C is going to lead it, then Amazon can be passive. Listing will happen, obviously, but there is certain investment even in that case to build the reviews, to protect your search term, protect your keywords, all of that. So there would be a little amount of advertising that will go. The other case, which is where the category exists, it's competitive and launching something, their investment would be significantly higher. So in both the cases, whichever case you take, Amazon should be there, at least in 2026. We don't know about 4 years down the line what relevance Amazon would have. But right now, Amazon is a no-brainer for me. Go list your product, get the reviews, get good quality listing, and your conversions will happen. Obviously, you can accelerate that with advertising.
Good.
Have you come to an answer?
We have come to a broad framework, but which means that these one-on-one conversations still remain important. And not kidding, but this is a very nuanced answer, right? It depends on how much money you have available for deployment as well, right? If you have sufficient money and resources, you can open up multiple channels as well. It's a category nuance, price point within the category nuance. How soon are you looking at raising your institutional round, as in how much data do you really need?
Yep.
There's a bunch of things going on, but it's an important question. And I think one thing which I would kind of tell founders to do is don't have FOMO for quick commerce very early. It's okay.
Yep.
Like the world is not going to change. If you are just on D2C, which is your own website.com and marketplaces, is good enough to hit PMF, understand, scale,
Until you are in ice cream.
until you are in ice cream or you're building a category which is quick commerce first, right? You could do that as well. yeah, so good. I think
Make good use of the time.
this was good conversation. And,
Lovely.
We shall continue doing these
367 conversations later.
discussions. Yeah, so 367
Conversations
conversations later. Thank you very much. Please like,
Thank you.
comment,
Thank
share,
you and thank you.
subscribe. Point to one camera and say all this: like, comment, share, subscribe.
And you might have missed some.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
No, it's getting captured in both of it. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Chalo guys, thank you.